Ready for function rules? And let's start. Okay, this is your video on function tables where we're going to actually be graphing the functions. In order for you to have a function, it's going to create a linear line. We'll talk in another video more about linear versus nonlinear. But in this video, we're just going to quickly discuss how to graph a function. Our function rule for our graphic organizer is going to be 2x plus 1. So this is the rule that's going to be applied to each input in order to get an output. So for your inputs, in order for you to have a line, you need at least 3 points to graph. So we're going to pick some random points. We're going to use -2, 0, and 2. You can use anything for your input, any number, because for every input, you're going to have exactly one output. And because it's a function, the rule is the same for each input. Therefore, the outputs will have the same relationship. So I'm going to use -2, 0, 2. So since my input is x, I'm going to plug in -2 for x. So 2 times -2. As a reminder, when a number and a variable are next to each other, it means multiplication. So we're going to do 2 times -2 plus 1. I'm going to multiply before I add. So 2 times -2 is -4 plus 1. And for this, you can use your calculators to check your computation, which is -3. So my output is -3. So if I plug in -2 for my input, my output is -3. We have to write this as an ordered pair. Again, each ordered pair is x, y. So my x is -2, and my y is -3. Let's go down to 0. I'm going to plug in 0 for x. So I have 2 times 0 plus 1. Anything times 0 is 0. So I'm just left with 0 plus 1, which is equal to 1. So my ordered pair is 0, 1. And then for our last input, we're going to use 2. So then we have 2 times 2 plus 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is equal to 5. So this ordered pair is 2, +5. Now what we're going to do is graph each of these points, and it should form a line, because this is what we call a linear function. The first thing that I want you to do is label your x coordinate. So this is your x. And you can label x over here. It's just hidden behind my little picture can. And then label your y-axis. Okay, our first point is -2 on the x, -3 on the y. So I'm going to graph -2, -3. Again, I got those points because I went to -2 on my x-axis, -3 on my y. Our next coordinate is 0, +1. So I'm going to go 0 on my x and up to +1 on my y. And then our last point is +2, +5. So I'm going to go up to, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of slope there for a minute. Oh, math, brain freeze. So I'm going to go 2 on my x, up to 5 on my y. And as you can see, these 3 points form a line. Speaking of slope, actually, is if you look between each point, there's a constant rate of change. If I go up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 2, 1, 2, the slope is 4 over 2. Rise another 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 over 2, 1, 2. Would you look at that? Going back to our last unit, all these functions have a constant rate of change because they are linear functions, meaning the function forms a straight line. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. And now drop down and give me 20 push-ups. Now.